Hey guys, welcome back to the Chicago White Sox franchise. In this episode, it's going to be a little bit different. We're not going to be playing the month of August. We are going to be instead showcasing our top 3 prospects in the organization. So I hope you guys enjoy this one. If you do, let me know. If you don't, let me know. Either way, let me know what you guys think of the episode. Maybe this is something we can incorporate going forward, or maybe it'll just stick to the Major League Club if you guys don't enjoy. I totally understand. You don't have to feel bad if you don't like it. Just let me know. Anyway, here we are in the standings, 35 and 75. It's awful, we know, but we're going to shine a light and show our prospects instead this episode. We are continuing. The guys in the lineup are continuing to grow. The young guys are. So I'm seeing positive signs. We have a ton of money we can spend because no one's getting paid right now, and no one's going to be getting paid for a long time. So maybe we'll make some splashes in free agency over the next couple of years. We'll see. I think we're going to compete sooner rather than later. That's for sure. The first guy we're going to look at is Roger Magano. Remember, this is the guy we picked, the first pick we've had in this whole franchise. I think it was pick number 6, if I remember correctly. I might be wrong. But yeah, he's up to a 73, a potential. And here's how those were his stats. Here's how he's doing in AA, 3.66 ERA in 20 starts. We're going to be player locking with him to start off the episode. We're going to have him start, and then we're going to show 2 more prospects that we're going to player lock. That'll be in AAA. So this is the only guy in a AA team we're going to be looking at right now, in no particular order. But here in the first, it's first and second one out. It gets a big strikeout at the top of the zone. And this one is really, this episode, just really showing some highlights and just player locking with the players. So more talking about the prospects and how we're going to do. Roger Magano, expect him to maybe next year. I mean, it really depends. I wanted him to stay in AA this whole first year to verse a little bit worse competition, maybe get the numbers up a little bit. AAA to start next year for sure because he is looking good. He throws really hard, throws 99, 100 miles an hour plus, if you could see on a lot of these fastballs that we throw. That one was a 2-seam at 96. So he's got a 4-seam, 2-seam, slider, and changeup, I believe, are his pitches. That's a nice tight slider right there coming in at 91. So he throws hard and he is good. The only stat I'm really concerned about is his hits per 9 is relatively low, and he's a 73 overall with a low hits per 9. So all his other stats are honestly pretty good because he does have the velocity. He does have pretty good control. See, that one was 100 miles an hour, way high in the zone, but he gets him chasing with the K there. So the only stat I'm concerned with him is hits per 9. It's a little low, needed to keep going up. I think it will. I mean, it has gone up, and it will. But, sometimes in the sim or just, it's Major League Baseball, hits per 9, that'll lead to some high ERAs, and that's not what we need. But he is really good. I think he's ready, in the next year probably. It really just depends what our rotation looks like next year and what our record looks like next year, if we want to hold him for another year of control because there's no point, or maybe we are in the race and we can use a nice young pitcher instead of trading for someone or getting somewhere else, because our rotation is very, very weak right now. Right now in our rotation, the only guy that would stay for sure is Dean Kremer, who we just traded for, and there's a fastball beautifully dotted at the top of the zone, 99. The only guy that would stay for sure is Dean Kremer. And here in the 7th, this would be the only blemish on this outing, as that's a solo home run from Acosta and gives the Montgomery Biscuits a 1-0 lead. But he was balling, Roger Magano, through this one until that hit in the 7th. But we're going to see here in just a second. He is going to get out of the 7th. He would go 7 innings, 9 Ks in this one. So Roger Magano, definitely a guy you want to keep an eye on. I'll keep showing him his stats after every episode. He'll start in AAA next season, and then maybe we'll see him in the big league club soon. Another guy we might see soon, Ethan Salis, 18 years old. He has grown to a 75 now, and you see those hitting stats. The contact is good. The power is really what I'm concerned about. I'd like it to grow before he gets the call. He's only 18 years old. There's no point to call him up this year, obviously. Next year, he's going to start in AAA as well. Is he MLB ready? Probably. But I want him to start in AAA because it's too young to get the call straight at 19, I think. Unless we're in it, and let's say if Joey Bart's our catcher next year, and we are in it, and he's just struggling, and Ethan Salis is tearing it up in AAA. Sure, why not? but we'll see how that goes. We're going to see in these highlights for Ethan Salis, we got a lot of good pitches to hit, and he was hitting it hard, but it's just, I think those power numbers and just the hitting numbers in general are just not there yet. Because like you see, we're getting balls towards the middle of the zone, hittable pitches. Right now he's flying out, he's lining out. As we wind down towards the end of the series that I played with him, he does get a little bit better. There's a base hit up the middle right there. He actually does have one game that he goes off on, so stay tuned for that. It's coming up. But yeah, thing I've noticed from the feel of his swings, like that one was a hanging curveball and he just grounded that one to second. From the feel of his swing, it just doesn't feel ready, if that makes sense. Like when I called up Colson Montgomery, then look, another hittable pitch right in the zone, but he grounds that one to first. When I called up Colson Montgomery last year, it was more the same. Like I felt like even if you get a good pitch to hit, he wasn't really going to drive it. But this year he's doing that. He's actually hitting. Same thing with Heston Kjerstad. Like when he had pitches to hit, he wasn't doing anything. But lately, you guys have seen in the videos, he's been absolutely smashing the ball. So it's just a progression. I think it's just, you know, the stats growing, and then it feels better with them because obviously I'm on timing hitting. I'm not on zone. If I was on zone, I would definitely hit a lot better. I mean, I am decent when I play online. I'm a World Series player in Diamond Dynasty. So I would do good, but that's not the point of a franchise mode. I like the simulation aspect. I like how it's timing based. I like how I can't control and I can lose because I don't want to just win every game. That would be boring content. It'd be boring for me to play. So I actually like the challenge. But yeah, Ethan Salis here has a nice opposite field approach over the third baseman's head. And he's got speed. 75 speed as a catcher is actually really clutch because he could bat anywhere in the order. Don't have to worry about him slowing down anyone. He's starting to hit better this time. You see that was a sinker, 86-mile-an-hour sinker right down the middle. So it was nothing special. But all he did was hit that into right field. When he gets those stats up, these balls are going a long way. These balls are going in the gap and all that. This one's chopped up the middle. It's another base hit. So he's starting to hit this game. I think it's his third hit of this game already. So I'm starting to find it a little bit now. The more, I've been playing with him, and he's going to take off right here. See if he can steal this base, and he is going to be in there with the stolen base. So he's got the speed. I probably wouldn't steal my catcher that much. Don't want him to get hurt or anything, but he could definitely do it. Up with the bases loaded here, and he's going to come through, dunk one opposite field again. So he's spreading the ball all over the place. His contact stats are not bad. Just need him to up all the stats in general and up that power up, hopefully, as well. As in this game, he gets a nice hit through the right side. So a lot of his hits have just been line drives, slap hits, nothing crazy. Right here in this highlight, I think we might see something here. And yep, that one's crushed, no doubt about it. So he finally gets a hittable pitch and drives it fastball at the top of the zone, no doubt about it. Home run for Ethan Salis, and that's only a 6. But I think it's a 6 of the second half because you know how the minor leagues break it up to first half, second half, all that stuff. So I think that was just his 6 of the second half, if I remember that correctly. I don't think it's only been 6 all season. I'm pretty sure it hasn't, but it could be. Who knows? But yeah, Ethan Salis is not bad. I don't think he's MLB ready yet, just because, like I said, he's been getting a lot of hittable pitches in these games I've been player locking, and he's just been lining out. No need to waste service time on a terrible team. I don't think he's going to start the year in the MLB roster as well. He'll start in AAA. If we're competing, and like I said, if we're competing and our catcher spot has been brutal, why not call him up? We could do that. I don't care that he's 19. He can help the team now and for the future. So we will see. But Ethan Salis, he'll be up sooner than later. And the last guy in this episode is going to be Kobe Mayo, guy we just got over from the Baltimore Orioles in the trade when we traded Garrett Crochet and Eloy Jimenez to Baltimore. So this guy is 23 years old, 72 overall. He has good hitting stats, good pop against righties, decent enough at least, good contact against righties, actually worse against lefties, even though he bats righty. He's tearing up AAA right now, 311 with 5 homers and 39 RBIs between with us and with the Baltimore AAA as well. So we're going to see his stats. He definitely feels like a more ready hitter. I just can't explain it. When I was player locking with him, it just felt like if I got a hittable pitch with him, he could actually drive one or get a base hit with it more than I felt with Ethan Salis right now. So Kobe Mayo, again, not this year, no point. He's not on the 40-man roster or anything like that. We're not gonna lose him if we don't call him up, none of that. So there's just no point to call him up either to start the season next year or right away. There's just no point. But here we go. We're starting to heat up as Kobe Mayo is starting to get that swing down. I found it a lot faster with him than I did with Ethan Salis because a couple at-bats went by and I felt like I was putting a better swing on the ball right there. It was just a good pitch that you pop up. But I do like Kobe Mayo. As far as the position goes, definitely see him playing third base for the future. J.D. Davis has one more year on his contract, and I do like J.D. Davis. But, we don't have a DH anymore, so that's not really a problem. Kobe Mayo could play third. J.D. Davis can DH. It's right there. Kobe Mayo hits a walk-off base hit, which is pretty cool. But yeah, he can play third. J.D. Davis can DH. That's not a problem. He's not being held up by J.D. Davis in the slightest. So that is no worries. The third base position is his for the future for sure. So if you look around our infield, as you see, I'll show some more Kobe Mayo stats before we get into the end of the month and everything. But if you look around our infield, you got catcher is going to be the future of Ethan Salis. So that won't be a problem, especially if he lives up to his potential. First base, right now is Gavin Sheets. There's really no need for it. We got I think 2 or 3 more years of control. I think maybe 3 actually. Could be wrong, but he's got plenty of control and he's got pop and he's a lefty. So I don't need a new first baseman. If it happens along the way, sure, but he's a good stopgap. Vaughn Grissom at second base is actually very good. Is he like the end game second baseman where, when our team competes, he's our second baseman? I don't know that for a fact, but he's not bad. Colson Montgomery's a shortstop of the future. We got Kobe Mayo, third base of the future. So our infield's looking solid. In the outfield, Heston Kjerstad looks like he's here to stay and be our future left fielder. At center field, we just traded for, I think Kobe Mayo is going to rip one here in the gap, and he does. He's been heating up. He heats up this game. But we got Chuck Dutzman as their new center fielder we got from the Orioles. Beat potential, but he's already 75 and he's 18 years old. So he looks like he's going to be the future center fielder. And that one's crushed to left, no doubt about it. Kobe Mayo with the no doubt home run showing off the power as well. He looks more ready for the major leagues in terms of hitting. I was much more comfortable with him going up there. I liked his swings. Ethan Salis is definitely, he needs to grow a little bit before I call him up. Although he was red hot too towards the end of those games that I played. Yeah, in the outfield, Heston Kjerstad. Center field, Chuck Dutzman. And right field, right now we got Oscar Colas. To be honest, I don't know if he's the future at the position. That might be where it depends who we got in free agency. Either left or right field, obviously, because Kjerstad could play one or the other. That might be the corner outfield position, might be the one where we do spend money and maybe we give a guy like a 5-6 year deal while we can, because we're going to have all these rookies under control for at least 6 years. Montgomery, I just got thrown out right there. Kobe Mayo's speed is definitely lacking. Montgomery's got like 5 more years of team control. Drew Thorpe just got called up this year. Next year will be his first full season. So we've got plenty of guys we don't need to pay anytime soon. So why not maybe get a corner outfielder and maybe a starting pitcher for sure for some big money and go from there. But anyway, here's how the major league team did in the month of August. As you saw the prospects there, we didn't do great. It ended 44-93 going into our final month, which is September. So one more month of this season, and then we'll have hopefully a big off season where we make some moves. There's no one really left to trade. Here's how everyone's doing so far. I do like I said, I like Vaughn Grissom. 274 average. Take that any year from anyone. He's doing good. Colson Montgomery, 256 with 18 homers. Very good first full season in the bigs, that's for sure. He's grown up to a 78. So good stuff. Good to see that progress. Gavin Sheets is only batting 222, 16 homers, 45 ribbies for him. So just one of those years where, he didn't go off. J.D. Davis did pretty good, 282, 17 homers, 54 ribbies with one more month to go. Very solid from him. Heston Kjerstad, 262. He's got 19 homers, 49 ribbies. So he should finish the season with 20-plus homers, and looks like an average is going to be decent. Oscar Colas got the average up, 247. So if we can see 250-plus in a full year from him, I think that's great improvement. So Oscar Colas, not bad. Dominic Fletcher, I don't like. 234. He does have 15 home runs, surprisingly, but I'm not a big fan. Zach DeLoach is the guy we called up at the end of the last video to DH for the Eloy Jimenez spot. 220 with 4 homers in 1 month, so not bad for first month in the big leagues. And then there's Joey Bart, who's just not hitting, but not a lot of catchers out there. It's not like we could do much better at the time. Dean Kremerson's coming over. He's pitched better. He's got a 4.51 ERA. I think he had a 4.8, if I'm not mistaken, when he came over. Something like that. It was high. Lorenzen's been pitching better. He's got the ERA to the lower fours. So good for him. He won't be on the team next year unless we sign him back. Drew Thorpe, you got the ERA was sub 2 for a while, but now it's at an even 3 in 84 innings. He's still doing really good and growing up to 75. Jake Woodford continues to just be awful, but just ride out the season. And Chris Flexing is in because Jairo Iriarte actually got hurt. Didn't send him down, but he got hurt. I just didn't show it. I think it's only for like 10 days though, so that's why I didn't even bother showing it. Bullpen, it's been solid. Fetty has not been good, but he's getting paid $7.5 million, so you got to eat that up. David Garcia's been okay. Dwayne Underwood's been good, but only 18 innings. Cionel Perez, another down year. Unfortunately, guy came over from the Orioles last year. It wasn't great, and it wasn't great again this year. So we need something better. We need a lefty reliever who can actually pitch. Steven Wilson, great year for him. Ian Jabot, same thing. Great waiver pickup he was at the beginning of the year. And Lucas Sims has pitched a lot better recently, so he's not bad. And we got him for a while too. Joe Barlow, ERA's in the 4s. He has blown a couple saves. I'll show you guys right now. He has 28 saves, so closing in on a 30-save season, which is nice. Does have 6 blown saves, but that's gonna happen. That's gonna happen as a closer, I understand, but last year was a little bit better. But yeah, 28 saves, not bad. So here we are, final month. This is what it's going to look like. We're going to play 2 games, either in the Detroit series or the Colorado series. I'm not sure yet. Really depends on the pitching matchup. And then we'll play that last game of the year at home against Texas. And then we'll just go over the final season stats. We'll see. We'll sim the playoffs, see who's going to win the World Series, all that stuff, MVPs. Go over just the season 2 recap. Obviously, it's not going to be a good year record-wise, but again, we might have needed that because who knows, maybe we can hit on the draft pick next year in the draft lottery in the offseason. Hopefully we can get the number 1 overall pick. That would be clutch. So it's all going to work out in the end. I'm confident in that. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you did, don't forget to leave a like, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
I take a shower, read a book, and feel empowered. Smoking on that sour got me counting down the hours.